Yo, what up, man? What's going on, man? Had to chill on that last stream real quickly. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? How you doing? Today's Sunday. Sunday, October 22nd, 6:05 p.m. Kid. All right. Got a stream today. We're gonna talk about should you cohabitate with that chick, right? Should you cohabitate with her? No, bro. No, sir. You should not, sir. Now, reason being, it'll be the worst thing you did, kid. Not too many people have a good success rate with that. We change the music. Put on my man Steph is Cold music. This Steph is Cold shit right here. Shout out to Steph is Cold, man. Listen, got two smokes today, two good ones. The Banker, and this one is actually pretty good, man. It's a flathead, right? It's pretty good one, very good one. Let me see what you guys hearing. Yo, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah, so all right, hold on here. Yo. All right, there we go. All right, turn this down just a little bit. All right, so should you move in with her, bro? Hell no, man. You never move in with a woman. Mm. Oh, that coffee's horrible. I ran out of Bustelo, so I used some other shit that I bought. You know, like you buy something, you don't like it, but you ain't throwing it out because you bought it. And, and I had got some Bustelo, and the big shit. I ran out of the Bustelo, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, oh, I got a coffee. And I forgot I didn't like it. So I made about 2.5 cups. It's hot, it's coffee, it's with a cigar. We're gonna push it through, man. We're gonna make it work. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. So, mm, I gathered some info for you guys. Plus, I have my own anecdotal experience. I'm gonna tell you, never, ever, a woman to tell you, yo, we can save money. They could cook. They'll tell you how good it is gonna be. Don't do it, bro. Now, if you got caught out there, one of the times I've done it, I got caught out there, and I think it was 2020 with an ex, and the relationship was fine, bro. But then that COVID shit hit. I got stuck ended up having to move in with her, and there was another situation that I was getting out of, and we just ended up just fucking shacking up, bro. And uh, I think that ruins a relationship, bro. I think it ruins a relationship, especially if you don't have experience um, in relationships, bro. Listen, when you move in with somebody, you get to see how they really are. You get to see things that you might not like, and if you go there and you don't understand that this person has things set up a certain way, there's a certain routine that this person does. Even something as simple as wiping down the kitchen. For example, hypothetical situation, maybe this person wipes the kitchen down, at night, and then they hang the dish rag over the fucking faucet. Maybe you wipe the kitchen down and you fold it and you put it on the side. Something as simple as that, after a while, will get on a person's nerves. Yeah. Us guys, man, us guys, we'll leave our socks around, certain shit like that. If you got clean clothes, you're not folding that shit. Under shit like, like, listen, but it takes that experience to realize that it was a bad idea. Now you done put this person through all fucking hell, like, and then I had a person damn near move in with me, right? And it was crazy because now I had a certain way that I was doing things, and this person, it was I made a comment over closet space, right? And I made the comment, and it came across as rude. It came across as kind of fucked up, you know. It was like, you were just living with me for a year. Now, I'm putting shit in your closet, and you talking about closet space, so it was kind of fucked up. And so moving in together, period, I don't think it's a good idea, bro. You let that person keep their space. As a man, you have to keep your space, bro. I don't care. Listen to me. I don't care if everything is great. You never, ever, ever give up your space, bro. Even if you got to sublease that bitch, don't give it up. Because a lot of times men move in with women, or they get married, they get on, like, listen, even if you bought the house, nigga, and you get divorced, the judge is giving the house to the bitch. So even like you're not you're not safe, champ. You're not safe, bro. And you gotta always think about it like that. You gotta always cover yourself, because you're gonna be the most important person in every single relationship that you're in. Why? Because you have the most experience, the most responsibility. You're responsible for the both of you's safety. You're responsible for the both of you's eating. You're responsible for the both of you's able to everything, bro. What's the difference between you and Rihanna's bodyguard, champ? Mm, I'm gonna show you something. What's the difference between you and this guy here? See this? Right? This is old. She's like 600, a billion now, right? She spends over 500,000 a year on protection, bro. So, what's the difference between you and this guy? You know what the difference is? One's fucking and one ain't. 500,000. That's the only difference, bro. 500,000, bro. So everything that he doing for her when they outside, is everything you do for your chick. Your chick ain't Rihanna. Of course not. But you protect her ass like she is, don't you? You ain't gonna let nobody run down on her. You ain't gonna let nobody grab her ass. You ain't gonna let nothing happen to your lady while you outside with her, right? Okay, nigga, where's your 500,000 then? You see what I'm saying? There is the man has the most responsibility. Just some men monop- make money off of it. So, hold on. So you got to always make sure that you are well protected, bro, because you have the most important job, and you will be somebody else's man, somebody else's husband, and you should never put yourself in a situation where if you leave a woman or a woman leaves you, you just left with your dick in your hand, bro. Your house is gone, your car is gone, your future earnings are already fucking dedicated to the old relationship. You should never put yourself in that. Kevin Samuel said that shit, and it's true. Right now, we're gonna go listen to this dude real quick because I like the things that he had to say on moving in with a woman.
Community tab is where I sort of post some of these solicitation feedback polls. You might have a hard time reading it, especially if you're on a mobile, so I'll just read it out. So this guy Joe says, in my situation, pros were more intimate time, homemade meals, laundry done. By the way, I categorized all the pros and the cons, and the pros that popped up almost.
Dude said homemade meals and laundry done. That is definitely a pro. That's definitely a pro. Very, very rarely do I get homemade meals unless I make them, and I don't like to make them. So, I mean, it's nothing better than you sitting in the living room watching TV or doing something and a meal is being prepared. That's cool as shit, especially if it tastes good.
Over and over again were sex, cooking, cleaning, and companionship. Those were the main ones. Beyond that, the guys with
Sex, cooking, cleaning. Sex, cooking, cleaning. Now, let me ask you this. If you didn't, that woman that you're thinking about moving in with, if you couldn't fuck her, would you move in with her? If you couldn't fuck her, would you be spending as much money as you spend on her? Would you be going all out for birthday, Valentine's Day? Would you be doing that if you weren't fucking her? Now, do you love her because you fucking her? That's a damn good question. Only you know the answer to that, and right now you're running from that answer in your head. I know you are. I know you are. You running from that answer.
with frame talked about a lot more, which I'm going to discuss when I get into my 4 main points. Homemade meals, laundry done, etc. Cons: more time spent watching TV. You're going to find that. You're going to spend a lot more time sitting around watching series and shows. It was her home, the power dynamic. Now, look, you never want to move into a chick's house. If you're going to do it, look, the unplugged alpha would not move into a chick's house.
That's
Okay,
her
that's what a
problem.
plugged in beta would do. You move into her space. She has the frame. She controls everything. She's going to set certain terms and conditions of that living arrangement because it's her house. Like, why wouldn't she? She's a boss girl, strong, independent woman. They've been told for decades now, you're strong, you're independent. You don't need no man. You need a man like a fish needs a bicycle. So if you think that you're going to move into her house and you're going to have some degree of autonomy or say and stuff, it generally speaking doesn't work out that way, especially with all the feedback that I looked through here on these 450 comment posts. Was it her, which he says was a no-no, at the end of it. So at least he's honest about that. Not enough time apart, so things get on people's nerves and expected to help with projects like you're married. Yeah, I mean, look, you move into her house, you will be expected to take on her projects for sure, 100%.
Fact, bro.
Also, the ability to keep tabs on me. So my infatuation with hobbies were scrutinized constantly. That was another thing that popped up a lot. Is guys felt like they lose the ability to maintain their interests and their hobbies.
That's a fact.
Because women.
That is a motherfucking fact, bro. Do you know why that's a fact? I got 2 kids, right? Same woman, I married her, right? Didn't work out, but that's how I started my journey as a dad. Was married. Now look, when I lived with my wife, when me and my wife lived together, things that interest me. I used to be a gym rat, man. I used to be a fucking gym. It seemed like everything that I really liked and got into, she had a fucking problem with it. Like she was she was fucking clocking how much time I was spending doing something, how much money I was spending on that thing. Um and yeah, just my involvement in it. Like, what the fuck? I know you're probably like, oh, you mean you a gym rat, motherfucker? Look, man. Oh shit, hold on. I'm gonna show you motherfuckers. Yeah, I was a gym rat, bitches. Yeah, she just fucking minding my business, bro. Like, what the fuck what are you doing? It became annoying. Definitely became annoying, man. Because I'm just like, yo, this is what I like to do. And then I was like made to feel bad because I had like to do this shit. So I definitely see what he's talking about there. Yeah, that's me. Look, that's me right there, kid. Oh, guns was huge. You know what I'm saying? But I was always looking for tips. So I was buying like Flex magazine, muscular development. I didn't buy too much muscle and fitness. I wanted to be big. I didn't want to be slender and aesthetic and shit. Then I wanted to be fucking huge. I remember I bought some fucking HGH. So she's a nurse. She saw the shit. The bitch threw the shit out. Yeah, she threw it out. So what happened was, I mean, she I know she threw it out because shit don't just grow legs and walk. So uh, I had to inject it in like your fucking your belly right there. So after a while, I was doing, and my fucking stomach just got sore, and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I could do this shit no more, man. This shit hurts, right? So I said, all right, let me just keep it in the fridge. You know, maybe I might change my mind, go back to it later. But I'm not getting rid of this because I spent $500 on it. So I put that shit all the way in the back in the freezer, in the refrigerator, all the way in the, like, it was a bottom slide out drawer. I went all the way to the back. So I went back maybe like a month or two later. I'm like, yo, where's my shit? So I mean, I fucking searched this refrigerator 9 times up and down. And I said, yo, I had something in the fridge. Did you see it? It was like little vials with some powder in it, and it was HGH. Did you see it? No, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And you could tell when the motherfucker lying. Bitch threw my HGH out, B. But it's okay. Because one of her purses, one of them shits is gone, B. That's how that's how I move. If you violate me and steal something of mine's out, or you do some shit like that, something that you care about or that you like is going to be missing or going to be broke or fucked up too. And that's not a good chemistry. That's not a good way to live when you got two people doing shit like that to each other. But yeah, they will monetize your time, bro. Your hobby. Some shit that you like even these dudes who like to play video games, right? You got some dudes who they'll sit and play video games and shit. And they're clocking on, how much time they spend playing video games or whatever it is. Like, yo, there's some dudes who work out and their girlfriends are like, well, why are you going to the gym so much? Like you look good. You don't have to go every day and this and it. And like this is his outlet. This is what makes him feel good. Why are you fucking trying to stop it? Trying to change you? First thing chicks say, oh yeah, I don't mind a guy that works out. Like I want a guy that works out. To get the guy that works out, now they want him to stop working out as much. But get the fuck out of here.
I mean, like women today are told, again, strong, independent. So they inadvertently try to run a guy, which is kind of part of the shit testing system. And again, it's going to tie into the 4 points that I want to make abundantly clear on this and why it's such a bad idea, generally speaking. Like, again, it all boils down to like, what's the point? Like, why are you doing this? Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. So that was just a short clip right there. This is another important one.
And I'll explain why. There's 3 main reasons why it's not a good idea to live with a woman that you actually care about and love and are in a long-term relationship with. I think there's a number of different reasons why it's detrimental and somewhat risky. And there's more than 3, but I'm going to deal with the top 3 in this video. So here's number 1. So the very first reason is that, generally speaking, competition anxiety, genuine burning desire, as I describe it in chapter 3 of my book, will decline. I invite you to take a look around at the people in your life that are married, that are in long-term relationships, that are living together, a combination of any of those things. And I want you to, I mean, if you want to go through the exercise anyway, just jot down, are they happy or not? It should be reasonably obvious to you if you've known somebody or a couple for quite a few years, whether or not they're happy or they're unhappy with one another. They make it very obvious when you're at social gatherings, at Thanksgiving, birthdays, things like that, whether or not they are in love or obsessed with one another, like in a state of bliss, in a state of love. And they've done studies on this, and I've talked about this before on my channel. Over the course of about 8 odd years, less than 12% of people that are together are still identifying as in love. Less than 3% say that they're in a state of bliss, like they're obsessed with one another. So the chances of you being happily together with a woman over a long-term basis is quite low. And I think one of the reasons for that is that men and women, more specifically brought on by women, sometimes by men because they might not be financially secure and they think it's a good idea to share living expenses and to commingle things, start living together. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't know a lot of people that live together, that are in long-term relationships, marriages, however you want to define it, that are in a state of happiness even with one another. Most of them are pretty annoyed. Most of them are in some cases disgusted or have been disgusted by the other person. And I've said this before in prior videos, disgust is basically the countdown to the end of a relationship. If she ever exhibits distaste, disgust for you, for anything that you're doing or have done, that's never a good sign. It never really happens in long-term relationships where there's a healthy connection, there's a healthy bond, where there's a healthy level of respect. It only happens when it's counting down towards the end of the relationship. And one of the contributing factors to the countdown of a relationship, to the end of it anyway, seems to be living together. So that is the main reason why I don't think it's a good idea to do it. I see certain scenarios where it would be a good idea, like if you're going to raise children, you know, for example, and even then I've seen lots of people where it's like, you know, I'll take care of the bills and everything, you just live over there with the baby, and you know, like I'll come around and visit. There's lots of guys that do that too, right, where they don't even live with their kid's mom or their wife, you know, whatever, you know, the setup happens to be, and they seem to be reasonably happy. It's just when you put a man and a woman under the same roof, in the same household, in the same space. You start getting on each other's toes. You know, you leave something out that they don't like. You put something somewhere that they don't like. You start
Mm-hmm,
hearing a little bit of chirping about it. Hey, Rich, you know, I cleaned your or I organized this cupboard. Why can't you put things back where I told you to? This stuff will start to happen, and it happens on a more frequent basis. It happens on an
that's exactly what I was talking about when I made that analogy about the dish rag, right? Maybe they always put it this way, but you always put it that way. And maybe you do the same thing in the bathroom. The way they do things in the bathroom, or the way they clean. Definitely, definitely. God damn, did this shit just dull? What the fuck? Most definitely, guys.
escalating basis, and it creates a level of distaste for one another. Some people would argue, oh, well, if you just find the right person or you have the same value system, it's impossible. You'll never find somebody else with identical values to you. I mean, unless you can clone yourself, and you know, when while you're at cloning them, you turn them into a female, obviously, if you know you're straight. But it's almost impossible for you to find somebody that shares identical values to you. So there's always going to be distinct and distinguished differences. We also live in a world today, by the way, where you know we've been told for decades now men and women are the same, you're equal, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know, we don't use the terms boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, and wives. You hear a lot of people use the term like partner. And, you know, this notion of an equal partnership where we're all the same, I think is incredibly destructive and incredibly bad for long-term relationships because there's nobody that's leading anymore. There's nobody taking the lead. There's nobody taking ownership and having authority. And when you have two drivers in the driver's seat, bad shit starts to happen.
Mm.
It's just the way that it is. It's just the way that it's always been. And it will continue to be that way. And it's like, in frankness and in all honesty, it's a surprise to me anyway, that people take a look around at their family and friends and relatives and they think to themselves, oh, they're not having a good time. They really don't like each other that much. They don't bang that much. Let's go do the exact same thing that they're doing. I've said this many times before. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. The vast majority of people that live together end up in a situation or an environment.
Now, do you know what's crazy about that? I noticed a couple decades ago, you could be in a relationship with a girl, right? Your friends, whatever. Everything's going great. Oh, that's so and so. Yeah, they boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, everything's going great, right? As soon as she got pregnant, they were fucking mortal enemies now. And I used to be like, yo, what the fuck? How is this? What's going on? As soon as they fucking got pregnant, and I always thought it was maybe because maybe the guy doesn't want the baby, because I feel men use more logic. Not all men, but the majority of men use more logic when that shit arises. They don't use the logic, when we're fucking, but you know, when the baby comes, we're like, you know what, man, we both still live with our parents, or I'm only making $25 an hour, or we kind of rationalize how we're going to be able to provide for this baby. But women don't. Women don't, and you can't even say that they don't rationalize it because they always have a safety net, which is the welfare system and this and that. You can't even say that because these poor countries, they do the same thing. Imagine being in a country and there was no welfare, there was no WIC, there was no Section 8, there was just fucking huts, right? Look at Africa. Certain parts of Africa, they got a shit ton of kids running the fuck around. There's no food in this part of Africa, right? You've seen it on TV. There's no food in this part. They're receiving aid from other countries or whatever. Never receive it from the motherfuckers that's like right next to them. But I don't know. I'm not from there. I don't know. But the point is, you see in either Africa or certain Latin, whatever third world country you can think of, Philippines, Thailand, whatever, wherever you want to pick, where there is, where they're living below the poverty or at the poverty line, there's a lot of fucking kids, right? So why? If you know, even Mexico, the people that are coming in from Mexico, like you need some fucking money. You can't even take care of yourself. Why are you having 2 and 3 fucking Alejandros and Altagracias for? Why? The same thing in the fucking ghetto. So it doesn't matter if you have a safety net of resources or if you don't. Women still tend to just push the baby out, right? And we don't know why. But I know for a fact when I saw them, they'd be great this week. As soon as she tells this dude that she's pregnant, he's like, oh, fuck, because you start to see your world changing and you're not ready for it. Why would you want to have a baby and you make fucking 40 grand, 30, 37, $35,000? Why would you want to have a baby? Now, if you made 60 grand, still, why would you want to have a baby? You say, oh, people do it all the time. You can do it. They're not that expensive. My fucking ex-wife used to say that shit all the time. Oh, they're not that expensive. I said, yeah, where the fuck? Then she wanted more kids. I said, where the fuck you gonna put the kids? You gonna put them on the fucking shelf? Where you gonna put the kids at? Because she had bookshelves filled with books. You gonna clean the books off the shelf and put the babies up there? Is that where they're gonna sleep? Where the fuck? There's no room. But she didn't care. She just wanted baby, 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 baby. I said, what the fuck? You half fucking Mexican or some shit, man? You want all these goddamn kids? Oh, that she cracked the fuck up. But I find whenever there is an obligation that is on you, because it's an obligation, people kind of run from that. When there's no obligation, if you want to go, you can go. If I want to go, I can go. We tend to get along better. But as soon as there is some type of, if you could use the analogy of a bird in a bird cage, shit just changes.
Or a feeling where it's not working out for them, like they're confined. I feel like you're on my toes all the time. I'm incarcerated. I can't do this, or I'm walking on eggshells.
Okay.
Anybody that's been in a live-in long-term relationship has heard some version of that, or they know somebody that has heard some version of that. So that is the main reason why I don't like the notion of living with a woman. So chapter 3 in my book is genuine burning desire, and that's something that you'll have, or you should have, early on in the relationship. She should express a strong desire for you. This is when, like in the first little while of dating where you're not living together, you have separate places that you're staying at. You've got your thing, she's got her thing, you've got your extracurriculars, she's got her extracurriculars, whatever that happens to look like and be, you sort of like live your own lives, and that's just the way that, that it is. And that tends to work out very, very well, surprisingly. Surprise, shocking, right? You have time apart. But the more time you spend together, the more you become familiar with the other person, the more you know where they're at all the time. She knows where you're at all the time. She's not worried about you or other gals looking at you. She's got her thumb on the pulse of your life, right? When you start spending more and more time together, and that becomes boring. Women get bored of familiarity. If you take a woman to the same place over and over again, she will complain.
Women get bored with familiar, with the F word. And that is true. Women have left marriages because they were bored. So you could think women will say stupid shit like, it's not going anywhere, or it was a dead end relationship. Bitch, where you thought it was gonna go? Where you thought was gonna happen? Like, this is the dumb shit. Like, when you hear people say women are children, that's why they say that shit. Men know, listen, okay, this is the routine. This is our life. Men are adaptable to routines. Like, he may get up and go to the gym. He may drive the same way home every night. He may do this the same way. He might make his food the same way. You know what I'm saying? Women are the ones who like to change the fucking curtains every fucking season and move rearrange the fucking living room, shit like that. Like, men, we're not like that. That's why I really believe we were meant to have more than one woman. I think it works better that way because you got time to miss me when I'm over here with her, right? She's got time to miss me when I'm over here with you, right? Then when I'm over here doing my own thing, both of you miss me. Both of you crave me. Both of you have the thought of, I have a man and he's doing this, and like, I actually have a man, somebody that will protect me and provide for me, and if I need help, they'll help me. They like that. But you got to pay for that, darling. No longer will that be given for free. So, fellas, do not, women love to say, why give the milk away when why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free? It's the same thing with us, bro. Why give you this protection, these resources for free? Like, you guys get bored, you want to move on. They came out with that stupid ass term, irreconcilable differences. Like, these women, and the part that pisses me off that you need to understand is these women aren't leaving men because they're beating their ass, bro. They are leaving men because they're bored. If you look, Exhibit A, you remember this guy? Why they change Slash? Remember Slash? Well, Slash was with a chick for 12 or 13 years, right? Slash got divorced. They gave this chick $6.6 million. Lump sum. Jackpot, right? Where's the jackpot sound? Fuck. This shit. Well, whatever. So
Jackpot, right?
they gave her 6.6 mil. Not only did they give her 6.6 mil, but they gave her 140 grand a month. So this bitch just got bored in her relationship because I'm sure, having the best of everything, for fucking 12, 13 years wasn't hard, you know. But now you're gonna get 6 mil and you're gonna get 140,000 a month for life. So guys, you gotta be careful, man. You can't be out here just jumping to marry these fucking bras. You know, like, a lot of men, including me, we didn't have this content. So if you grew up without too much of a father figure, or maybe the guy didn't really know, he didn't talk to you about shit like this, you're gonna grow up thinking that you're complete if you have a woman. Absolutely not, bro. A woman is not your goal in life. It's not your goal. So, with that being said, I had something else to show you that I don't think anybody talks about with you guys. Oh, here we go. Yeah. This is it. Okay, so no, wrong shit. There we go. All right, if we look at this, all right, this is called Maslow's pyramid, right? What is this shit? Stop putting this dumb shit up here. All right, so Maslow, he felt that if a man had this pyramid, this would make him complete, right? This is the top of the pyramid. So everything starts at the bottom. So a man needs food, water, warmth, rest, right? Those are his physiological needs. This is basically like food, water, warmth, uh, uh, a roof over your head type shit, safety and security. These are your basic needs right here. Safety and security, right? Then you need intimate relationships, friends, belonging, love, right? So once you got your own apartment, you got your own income, your own mode of transportation, then you're like, you know what, man, I need somebody to come over and share this shit with. I need somebody to see me that I'm stable. I got my basic needs together, right? So now you're looking for that intimate relationship, right? You're looking for a girlfriend. You go out with your friends after work or some shit like that. Now, so he's here. He says self-esteem needs, prestige, feeling of accomplishment. So this is, I guess, you're moving up in whatever you're doing in that career field or whatever, right? And the next, the top, when you feel like you're complete, is self-actualization. You've achieved full potential, including creative activities, right? Uh, this is a better one right here. All right. Air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction, safety, personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Then there's love and belonging. Then there's self esteem. Then there's actualization, desire to be the most that one can be. Okay. So this right here shows that women are the self actualization, being the desire to become the most that you could be, is not a woman, bro. You don't stop. You don't stop here. A lot of dudes will stop here, man. Once you get that fucking girlfriend, niggas stop. No, it's more than that. It's deeper than that, man. Status, recognition, strength, freedom. Freedom comes with financial freedom, bro. Like, so a lot of guys, we got to stop thinking that a woman is uh, the end all be all, if you will, because they're not. Like once you do that, bro, you're not reaching your full potential. You're stopping there to serve. Now you're a servant. You don't go through life, grow up, get a woman to just serve her, bro. Because that's what you're doing. You're protecting this person. You're buying everything for this person. Every little bit of money you get, you're thinking about it for this person. You're fucking lifting the heavy shit, moving the heavy shit, fixing fucking holes in the wall. Like women will tell you that that's what they want. They never say, I want a guy. I want a guy that's gonna that I'll be able to um, make his life better. That I'll be able to be the mother of his family, the woman. And like they don't think like that. They think in a hypergamous um, mindset. Like I always say, a man's love and a woman's love are two different things, right? A man can love you, he loves you. A woman, a woman loves you. She don't really love you. She loves fucking. She loves. She loves. Maybe you bust that ass the best. That's what she loves. Maybe You know, you're a guy that she's dealing with. She's never had that much fucking, that hasn't had that much money. So, I mean, maybe you're the guy that has the most money than anybody she's ever dealt with. So she can fucking, you know, brag about you, tell her friends about you, you know, take pictures for fucking TikTok and Instagram of the vacation that she's on. You know, that's what the fuck they like. The moment you can no longer provide her with that, you start to argue a little more than usual. She catches an attitude faster, a little more than usual. When you hit that financial bump and that change fall out your pocket, nigga, you gonna see the real woman that you have. One of the examples I always give: find out when your vacation is, right? Don't tell her when your vacation comes. Tell her that you got fired. When she sees your ass sitting around for 2 weeks, I want you to record how she treats you. See if she's like a ride or die, man. Yeah. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, I want to show you this. This woman.
Just started fucking with him and they conference called me fucking problem. Anyway, like my shit, I don't even. I ain't know shit about no goddamn stud finder. I had bought one of them poles. You do pole shit at home, and then I didn't know you supposed to have a stud finder or some shit. And then I was trying to do some shit, and then I had put a hole in my ceiling, and that shit been there for almost a year now, cause I ain't got no man. So I need a fucking man that got hands, that can put hands on this house, and put hands on this body, and do some shit that I can't do.
And it's not just her that think that, man. They all think that. They want a guy that's going to come in and save them some money on shit where they don't got to pay another man to come and fix the hole in their fucking ceiling. And she found somebody to fix the hole in her ceiling. Yeah. So, you know, they don't it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. This type of fucking info was not out there when I was growing up. Men that had issues, they just had their own personal issues. Now it's through social media, through Kevin Samuels, through all of these, you know, this red pill thing that came up, through all of these things, men have been sharing stories and realizing, yo, this shit's going on over here with us too. And it's just like, so wait, where is it? What is this? Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Hit right back over here real quick. All right.
Complain about it. Oh, you know, like, dude, you could own a private jet, and you could have a particular favorite ski resort in the Swiss Alps, you know, for example. And if you take a chick to your favorite location or your favorite event in your private jet, driving up the mountain in your expensive, you know, four-wheel drive SUV, costs you a few $100,000, eventually she'll say, this is boring. Why do we keep doing the same shit over and over again? Because it becomes too familiar. And that is the real issue when it comes to living.
That was the example I gave when I showed you the how the fucking millionaire women were divorcing their millionaire husbands because they were fucking bored. Right?
Living together, it's like she knows where you're all the time, you know what your lives are all about, and it just becomes boring. And comfortable and way too familiar. And that's not good for a long-term relationship. That's not good for genuine burning desire. And it's certainly not.
So he brings up a great point. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do you think if you lived in a mansion, but she continued to stay wherever the hell she stayed at, do you think she would ever get bored going up to your house? It would take a longer time for her to get bored as compared to her living there every day for years. If she went to see you once a week, she came up to your mansion and stayed for like 2 or 3 days, went back home. You didn't see her for another 2 weeks. Then you went back, picked her back up. It would take her so much longer to get used to that because it's not an everyday thing. But if it's an everyday thing, she knows exactly what to expect. She knows at fucking 9:15, the maid downstairs or the chef downstairs is going to have the food set out. You know what I'm saying? Like women, they're the creatures. They ran off of their emotions, bro. They ran off of their feelings. So if you take your feelings and put it into this creature, into this person, bro, into this creature, you're liable to ruin your fucking your happiness because their shit's gonna change. Their feeling is gonna change. When people say, "Oh, yeah," you'll have some people say, "Oh, hold on." You'll have some people say, "Oh, well, my grandfather or my grandmother or my mom, they've been married for fucking 49 years." And yeah, that's true. That could be all well and good. They were married 49 years. Cool. They were married 49 years because social media wasn't fucking out, bro. And they didn't have a choice to go any goddamn way. If they were married 50 years ago, so say they were married since the 40s, right? So 40s they got married. The 40s all the way up to the 90s, bro. There was no fucking social media, bro. There were no cell phones, bro. She couldn't look and see what other women were experiencing. If she had a fling with a guy that came into town, she had a fling with him, he left. That was it. Because back in the day, once you weren't seeing that person, if they changed their phone number or if they moved, even if they moved to the next fucking borough, bro, that shit used to seem like it was so far away. It was another world going over there. But now, you could talk to a motherfucker in Idaho. You could talk to a motherfucker in Greece. You could talk to a motherfucker in Africa. Because we have connection now. So that person that may have gotten away that they haven't seen, all they gotta do is turn on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever. They'll be like, "Oh shit, look, there's Jeff. Oh my god, I haven't seen Jeff in 15 years. Jeff, remember me? It's Karen. How have you been?" Jeff was like, "Oh shit, Karen. Oh, I remember that was some great pussy. Karen, how you doing?" Da, 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 da. And they could now Karen is fucking talking to Jeff that she knew 15 years ago. She's married now with kids, but she's talking to Jeff, and she's like, "Shit, Jeff, I really would love to see you." You know, like, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. You could literally, a woman will leave her husband before a man leave his wife, bro, because it's new, it's different. Then they operate off of those feelings. I think a woman like their goal is to collect, right? You know how they collect shoes and purses and shit, right? I think they like to collect men's attention, you know. But when they're done with it, they just put it on the shelf. Just like they'll have a bunch of dudes, they call them orbiters, you know. They'll be flying around. One if all the dudes that was paying her attention just left her the fuck alone, she would go nuts. She'd be hitting them up. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on? Some smooth shit.
Not good for love. It's not good for the long term of any kind of relationship whatsoever. It is detrimental, and in my opinion, it is the countdown to the end of it. So there's that. Doesn't happen in all scenarios, but on a balance of probabilities in a vast majority of cases, because we know over 8 years, less than 3% of people are still in a state of bliss. Most people are in a state of bliss at the get-go, at the kickoff, when she chooses you. So just keep that in mind, because some people will argue. They'll be in the comments right now. Well, that's not true. I've been with my spouse. It's like, cool, awesome story. Send me an email, and I'd love to have a long conversation with you on one of my podcasts about how you managed to maintain genuine burden desire for 10 years plus. I'd love to have that conversation and put that on my podcast. The second thing, there's legal consequences. There's legal issues to contemplate. In most parts of the Western world, not all, when you live together with somebody for a prescribed period of time, let's just put it that way, that the law says is common law, you're essentially married. Even though you don't take vows, even though you don't sign a marriage contract, none of those things, the government will look at your living situation as a marriage. Now,
there was an actual article about a millionaire who was dating a woman for 15 years. 15 years. He asked her to marry him. She said no. No, he asked her to marry her. Right? She said okay. He said, "Will you sign a prenup?" She said no. They were not getting married. A few years go by. He asks again, "You want to get married?" She's like, "Yeah." He says, "All right, you mind signing this prenup?" She says no. The 15th year, he thinks she asked him to marry her. He's like, "Prenup?" She's like, "No." She goes and files to the court for spousal support. So, fuck, spousal support? We ain't married. The judge awarded her $50,000 a month for the next 10 years. He's like, "We don't have any property. We don't have any kids. She doesn't live with me. How are you awarding this?" "Well, she quit her job and you pay her bills. So you owe it to her to continue to pay her bills for the next 10 years. First, it was indefinite. Then they were like, "Yo, come on." I said, "Okay, 10 years. How is it that a woman's life could be put on easy mode? The responsibility of being an adult is taken off of her shoulders. And she's ate the best of the best food, drank the best of the best wine, went to the best resorts, best vacations for the last 15 years, and has had her bills paid. Right? Now she wants to leave, and you're going to give her my money for the next 10 years? Or you're going to give her my home. In some cases of marriage, the woman will get the house, the cars, a lump sum of money, and monthly alimony, monthly child support. There's a guy that I want you to listen to. Really dope dude. Listen to how he describes this female that he's dealing with.
I mean, we're flying private. I pay all the fucking bills. No one has to worry. We have mansions on both coasts. We don't have money issues. But she more had like personal issues she was struggling with. And then I'm like still even helping her build coaching business so that she can thrive in that area, because that's what she liked to do anyways. And it was just always so confusing that everybody out here makes everything so fucking difficult. And I'm just like, listen, if you like 80% of what someone's offering, then fucking take it. Because you're not going to like
gonna find
100% of whatever the fuck anyone's giving you. And I mean, like,
True.
we're still, I got messages from her as I came here. We're still trying to work it out. But I really fucking think that a lot of these entrepreneur guys, you guys aren't like this. A lot of you American entrepreneurs and CEOs who keep fucking making this fucking content about connecting with your wife, and you guys spend so much energy allocated towards pleasing this fucking woman. It's making me sick. Like, why are you guys doing this? Why is she not just on board and on your fucking team? And it seems like all these foreign women don't even do that. They will not even fucking do that. And everyone's going to be like, oh, well, that's like a cop out or whatever. No, why the fuck are you guys so difficult? I don't understand it. Like, the dude where I come from, the guy works all day. He pays the motherfucking bills. She makes sure that he fucking, is relaxed, has a fucking meal or some shit, goes to bed to go get money the next day. Why the fuck is it like, I can't be myself around you? We're not connecting deeper. Shut the fuck. That's a fucking personal fucking problem. I have no trouble being myself around anyone.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever not made me myself. If you say that, you're a fucking moron. And I don't believe that in these other languages, fucking gaslighting exists. I don't believe the word manipulation exists. These are just American terms that are sickening. You women have learned too much. Shut the fuck up. Support your man. If he doesn't cheat on you, beat you, and he pays the bills, and he's attractive enough, shut the fuck up now. Because you're going to be so pissed when he leaves you for some foreign chick who will just be chill. You're going to be fucking pissed. You're going to be hitting him back up, having to finally drop your ego when you should have fucking dropped it from the fucking beginning.
Brother, can I, number one, you and I are actually.
And it sounds like he's actually speaking to that woman that he's talking about. Because there's a foreign chick sitting across from him. And he's speaking in like, he's speaking like, in future terms. You're going to be mad when you have to drop your ego. You should have dropped it. Like, I think
actually
to her.
More similar than you think.
God,
can I tell you
these
why?
guys are making this content for like American CEOs.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
They're
why.
like, spend all your energy to your wife and your family. No, they need to do more for me. I'm bringing the fucking bread home. I make millions. What do they make? What are they bringing? Like, oh, well, it's not all about money. Fuck yes, it is. It is completely all about money. I don't cheat. I don't do drugs. I'm in good shape. I fucking love you guys. The fuck else it? Well, I feel dysregulated around you. You do. You feel dysregulated. I don't. I'm good.
Have you been listening to my conversations?
No.
Look how giddy she is. Like, I'm sure he could have smashed that same fucking.
But
Jesus. Jesus, what? You tell me
Now
you hear that?
Like excited, nervous.
Dude, I
She's excited and nervous. Oh.
do not want this to turn into a counseling session because there's a lot I want to cover, but I'm going to give you some friendly.
So, but women will turn around and be like this chick right here, B.
And I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or and I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me. None of those services love me. Right? But I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with like I don't get hugs. That shit is it could be like maybe a hello, whatever, maybe. But it's not enough. I don't know how you. How am I gonna go? Like need to be like touched, and I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the.
Now, women when they're going through something like this, This is when you get those phone calls. Hey, stranger. Hey, big head. It's Kevin Samuels. Say, hey, big head. Hey, big like they're reaching out to those that give them that attention. If you ignore them, they're gonna go through this. Like there's guys who, oh, that they're all for their fucking woman and this and that. Like that's cool. That's commendable. Men are very kind monsters, right? And but the thing is, God gave every weaker vessel um, a defense mechanism, right? And some people try to act like they don't understand what I'm saying, right? Every weaker creature, vessel, or whatever has a defense mechanism, so it could like defend itself. Women are the weaker vessel on the planet compared to men, right? Generally speaking. So their defense mechanism is beauty and femininity, right? If you see a beautiful feminine woman, the last thing you think about is a confrontation. The last thing you think about is I'm going to have to defend myself against her. But Dusa didn't have snakes on her fucking head. But Dusa was extremely beautiful. And when she fucking looked at men, they froze in awe. Like if you just sit back and just take note of how men react when they see a beautiful woman, they're like, oh, like their defense mechanism is the ability to make a man want to protect or take care or look at them almost in like a childlike lens. You want to protect children. You're like, oh, he's so cute. She's so cute, right? Like we almost look at them as children. We want to protect them. We want to provide for them. We want to take care of them, right? And I think that is the defense mechanism that God gave them. When you look at them, you're like, there's no if you had a good childhood, hopefully subconsciously you're like, yo, there's no threat here because like one of these are one of the beings that actually gave birth to me. So I can't have ill will towards them. Now, if you grew up, I'm sorry, your mother did horrible things to you, then it's going to be the opposite, bro. But generally speaking, that's their defense mechanism. That's what God gave them. But a lot of them now they're using that fucking defense mechanism in the wrong way, and it's not working out for them that much, man. So when we talk about marriage, things like that, should you cohabitate with this woman, you got to know that there's going to be things uh, that are going to go wrong. That it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Like you think it's going to be fine. You think it's going to be great. When you guys first start coming home, you're going to be just rushing to just lay on the couch and just hold each other and all of this good shit. After a while, that's just going to stop, man. And then it's going to be society blames you for not keeping that spark alive. And no matter what you do, it's going to come to an end. You have to be completely creative every fucking day in every fucking way. And at some point, you're not going to be able to anymore. After you've done everything, there's nothing left to do because they're driven off of emotion. They're bound to get bored. Like if a woman thinks about marriage, she thinks that she's going to be happy forever. Marriage does not equal happiness. But Walt Disney and all these other fucking things that have made money off of this ideology tell women, girl, once you get married, you're going to be taken care of for life. You're never going to struggle. You're not going to have to worry about anything. That's why I tell you guys you're the most important person in a relationship, because you have the most responsibility. But best believe, if she feels that she can do better than you, she's going to do it. Look at the homegirl. She lost 100 pounds, immediately started cheating on her fucking on her husband. And he took her when he married her ass when she was 300 pounds, bro. He married this broad when she was 300 pounds. She lost 100 pounds and just started fucking niggas at work, of course.
You don't even have to live with a chick to be viewed as a marriage. There's a popular case that I covered on my channel a long time ago. There was a Canadian billionaire that was dating this woman for a number of years. They never lived together. They kept separate households. They were both divorced. They had kids, but they would, have dinner together. And they started to live in a way that looked like marriage, that looked like living together. And that came back and that bit him in the ass. He ended up having to pay her something like $50,000 a month in alimony because the judge awarded it to her. So you even have to be careful in that regard in some cases, depending on where you live and how you structure your life and your dating. But you have to understand that the more time you spend with a woman in a way that might look like marriage or be interpreted as a marriage may be viewed as by the state, by the government, as a marriage. And as such, when things get boring for her, and you probably at some point, you're going to want to end it. And when you end things and you remove access to certain stuff, she may change her tune and her mind about how she feels about you. At one time, she might have been all, oh, I don't need your money. I don't need anything from you. Everything's fine. I'm a strong, independent woman. Look at all my degrees, framed in mahogany. Everything is awesome. But when you end it, and hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Let's say you end it because there's a prettier, more beautiful, more accessible woman that wants to, be a part of your life. She finds out about it. All of a sudden, even if you weren't married, she might take this before a judge and be like, well, I'm pissed off now, so I want this, that, and the other thing. So there's that to contemplate as well. The legal consequences of living in a way that looks like marriage to the state is problematic. Make sure you check with a lawyer where you live. Ask the questions that need to be asked. If you are hell-bent on doing it, by all means, you've been warned, you've watched this video now, at least get some kind of protective mechanism, a cohabitation agreement. If you're living in a way that looks like marriage that needs a prenup, get a prenup, whatever that happens to be. But the smartest people that I know that have the best relationships or have had the best relationships happen to be, wait for it, divorce lawyers. And the way they structure their life is they date. They'll get into a long-term relationship. They'll be monogamous. She wants to claim him, doesn't want to share him. Other guys are invisible, fine. But they'll never live with the chick. And they do this, and this is not one. This is several guys that I know that practice family law. They do this because they know that it eliminates completely, without any question of a doubt, that there's going to be any issues in the future of her trying to claim for alimony or even child support. I mean, you could invite a woman with kids into your house and decide to live with her, and she could claim child support. She could legitimately go before a family court and say, well, he doesn't have a dad around, but, Rich over here basically acted like a father for the last 4.5 years. And even though we're not together anymore, he was taking care of things. He was paying bills. He was dealing with the extracurriculars and stuff like that. So judges routinely award child support to moms from men that aren't even the frickin' father.
Bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That is crazy. I tell you, you guys are a fucking hot commodity, Bob. You're a hot commodity. They get you
Jackpot, right? What?
a fucking jackpot, bro. When it comes to marriage, totally different. Totally different when it comes to marriage. Look at this.
Where, let's say, you go to court, dad is ordered to pay child support for mom. The state makes money off of this dad paying child support. The federal government reimburses the states. right, for collecting child support and dispersing it out. So you think, wait a minute, so if we had 50-50 custody, if we had kids are with mom half the time, with dad half the time, which by the way, research shows is the absolute best for kids, what happens with child support? It's greatly reduced or there's none. The more child support the state can reel in, the more the federal government pays the states. It's a business, you guys. You think and then of course we've got the feminazis out there saying, these deadbeat dads, these poor moms. No, number one, these poor.
The feds will give that state 66%. 66 cents for every dollar that's collected in child support. That judge is given that state is given 66 cents. So if you're paying, let's say a dude gets ordered to pay child support, you got to pay like say $1,500 a month, right? So he's paying this $1,500 a month. Where's it at? So he's paying us $1,500 a month for this one case. They're getting $990 a month for this one case. Now, say there's like 400 cases. They're getting fucking 40 grand. No, they're getting 400 grand a month for those 400 cases times a year. 4,700,000, almost $5 million they made in that year. Now, where does that state money go to? Well, that state money goes to the judges. It goes to wherever, but they get to pad their pension. That shit, they get that. You understand? So when you look at cases like Pedro Argote, you know Pedro? He's the man that just shot the judge, I think like 2 days ago. Let's see here. Hold on. Pedro Argote, right? Fuck. No.
Affordable.
Home. Police suspect Pedro Argote shot Maryland.
U.S. judge shot and killed, targeted in his own driveway. There is an urgent manhunt at this hour in Maryland. The suspect is a father. The judge had presided over a divorce proceeding, giving the mother custody of the children. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas.
There you go, Pop.
Tonight, an intensive manhunt underway for the killer who assassinated a Maryland state judge outside of his own home. Police suspect Pedro Argote shot Maryland Circuit Judge Andrew Wilkinson multiple times, just hours after the judge gave his estranged wife sole custody of their 4 children during divorce proceedings.
This was a targeted attack on Judge Wilkinson. Argote is not in custody and is considered armed and dangerous.
Police responding to Wilkinson's home around 8 p.m. Thursday after reports of shots fired, finding the judge still alive in the driveway, but he later died in the hospital.
His wife and son were at home at the time.
The fatal shooting shocking the community, with authorities initially concerned that other judges might be at risk.
We placed officers and troopers at the local judges here in the county at their residence, just as a precaution initially, and they stayed there through the night till this morning.
Investigators later discovering that Judge Wilkinson had presided over a hearing involving Argote and his family. Court documents show that just hours before he was killed, the judge ordered no visitation and no contact between Argote and any of the children, and no contact between mother and father unless initiated by the mother. Judge Wilkinson is the third state judge targeted and shot in the last 3 years. And David, in a sign of the times, there have been more than 7,000 reported threats against federal judges in just the last 2 years. David?
Just an extraordinary number. Pierre Thomas live in Washington. Thanks, Pierre.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe.
So, is he really? He's someone who just, I look at him as someone who fought against the machine. They actually took his home. He's banned from the home. He has to pay like $1,100 a month in child support. What else? He can't see the kids. He can't contact the wife. The only contact is if she contacts him to use the vehicle. The judge left him with the vehicle. I guess that's the only thing he had left. So you're going to take my family. You're going to take her side. I can't see my kids, and I have to pay her. So he went and blew that motherfucker's head off. I don't hold mercy for that judge or judges, period. Reason being, they're destroying men's lives. It's retarded in 2023 how women are so independent. They can do all of this. They've got all of these fucking resources and all these things that they can get. And these guys are giving them $6 million. They're giving them fucking $60 million. Kenny Rogers had to give up $60 million for 15 years. Who else? And this guy, Muhammad, this shit bugged me out. This dude here, I don't even know how the fuck he had to give this. Where did he get divorced at? He's from, he's a prime minister in the fucking United Arab Emirates. He divorced the chick after 15 years. This bro, look at this chick. She's the daughter of King Hussein and his third wife, Queen Aliyah, and half-sister of King Abdullah II. He had to give this chick $730 million, bro. She has the best of the best. She's the daughter of a king, bro. Why does he have to give her $730 million? This is the woman who's had the perfect life. You're the daughter of a king, right? The way it goes, the father protects the daughter, provides for the daughter, and then he takes the daughter and gives her away to another man who's going to protect her and provide for her and give her the best of the fucking world. Now, when she decides that she doesn't want this motherfucker no more, you got to give her $730 million. This motherfucker, Bill Gross, I don't even know who the hell Bill Gross is. William Hunt Gross, American investor, fund manager, best known for co-founding Pacific Investment Management, global fixed income investment company, gross $270 billion. God damn. Shit. So this bro got $1.3 billion. Who the fuck is Sue? Sue Gross, American billionaire philanthropist. She was formerly the president of William and Sue Gross Foundation. So that was his shit. He fucking made her work for him. And then she gets fucking $1.3 billion. Come on, bro. Come on. Bill Gates, even though I hate this cocksucker, he gave this bitch $76 billion. Jeff Bezos, this bitch, how much? $38 billion. Like, can we not see the scam here? Can we not see the fucking jokes that's taking place against men? Remember that shit? Respect to the jokes.
Against a dad trying to get equal custody. All we want to talk about is dads who they're not deadbeat, they're dead broke. States make money off of child support. There's something called Title 4D.
You from marrying down. Everybody does it. You're going along in life. Here's the entrepreneur. Here's the hairdresser. You guys meet up. I love you. She moves in your life. You get married. Her lifestyle improves. Yours doesn't change. It doesn't go down. It doesn't go up. It is where it is. If you go up together. Things go sideways. There's a hard break. Then there's a questionable ... The way family law works and the way hypergamy works, it's designed to maintain her lifestyle at that level. She's not going to go back down over here. You're often responsible for maintaining that depending on how long you've lived together, if you have kids, where you live in the world, what family law says. And you can avoid a lot of that. This is my lawyer's best advice, by not marrying down. There's a lot of women out there. If you choose to get in a long-term relationship, to reproduce, settle down, have kids, do it with somebody at your level or higher, or not too far below that. If you do that, you're going to avoid a considerable amount of problems if things don't work out. My own experiences, and those are the guys that I've coached, I discourage you from marrying down.
Marriage. But most attorneys that come in, listen, if you're not happy, why are you wasting time? You give me $5,000, I can change your life. Right? There's some lawyers that do that. Lawyers make money. The more contentious the situation is, the more contentious your life is, the more money they make, right? And judges, who are judges? Judges are lawyers with a robot, and that's all they are. There's no special training. You're bound by their personal perceptions, their personal politics. You have a feminist up there, guess what kind of rulings you're going to get? It's going to reflect feminist ideology.
Into an LTR with women that seek attention from men. Fellas, if her social media accounts aren't private and she isn't using it to run a business, sell a product or a service, then she is seeking external attention and validation. Attention is a coin of the realm for women. She isn't just talking to you. If you see on her mobile device alerts and notifications from 70 different places, she's off in the corner looking at it, puts it down when you walk into the room. She's not just talking to you, fellas. She's talking to a whole bunch of other guys. Don't let these women into your lives. They're not LTR material. They're a plate to spin at best, and that is all.
Is that harsh? Is that harsh? Is he wrong? Of course not. So, the way I can prove that to you is by this beautiful woman right here. They've had this conversation with, let me find it for you. Hold on. Okay, go to the second page. Here we go.
Absolutely. You got to create that standard and stick to it.
You've got to stick to it, unfortunately.
So it seems to me that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in today's society, a high value woman is someone who is beautiful, attractive, has a, young body, and gets lots of attention from men online. It seems to me like a desirable, high value woman is perceived that in today. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Now, he said if, she's on online and in her fucking DMs, people are talking, you walk in, she puts her phone down, right? There are women who, I'm going to let her tell you, man.
I would agree.
What do you think men should be looking at as what a high value woman is?
I think what they classify as a high value woman is actually truly a narcissistic woman.
Listen, man. You see this? You see this fucking hair, bro? This is my weakness right here. Long, silky, black hair.
And what they should be looking at is a woman who has intrinsic rather than extrinsic values.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is...
She's beautiful. Look at that. Look at them hair coming out the roots. That's my thing. You know how some men are ass men, titty men, thigh men. I'm a sucker for a pretty face, nice, long, beautiful hair, man.
Is when you select a woman who enjoys
And she has an accent.
Explosive kind of attention from men, you're selecting a woman who will never be satisfied with you.
She enjoys explosive attention from men. She'll never be happy with you. Explosive attention from men, right? She'll never be happy with you because you're going to have to always compete with that shit, right? You're going to always, there's always the fucking dude, well, the thousands of dudes that are in her DMs telling her how beautiful she is, telling her all this shit. Yeah, where is it? Did I just lose it? Oh, there we go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow.
And you're selecting a woman who relies on external validation for self-esteem. And that will never go in that woman. What you really should be looking at is a woman who has intrinsic values. And now these are things like how connected I am to my friends and family. How much do I serve my community? How much can I look after you and your well-being?
How much can I look after you and your well-being?
How much self-esteem do I derive from having a purpose and loving those around me? Unfortunately, they look at what is packaged the best way. And that woman is, unfortunately, she's unattainable because she's emotionally broken. To require that much validation can't be healthy. And I say this as a woman who's online myself, and people could very much argue the same for me. But one thing I...
She requires validation. And if you go online, look, we're going to do this real quick. Where you at? Instagram. Just popping right on Instagram. We're gonna see validation. Okay, this chick. She put this up here. Why? Show her tits, right? So she needs somebody. How many likes she got? 373 likes, right? She posted that 4 hours ago. We're gonna see all just pictures of her. What they're saying is true. This is proof. Look at this shit. All pictures of her. You don't see her doing anything else but showing her body, showing her face, showing her face, showing her body, showing her face. Sorry isn't enough. Give me head. What did this guy say? Show out. Oh shit. It appears that this photo shoot time again. I agree. Sorry is not enough. Waking up saying good morning is not enough. Ain't nothing like head for every solution. Like, wow. This is but this is what that lady's talking about. She puckers up her lips, right? Look at my lips. Can you imagine? I'm single, I'm outside, and I'm fucking. What? Yo, this is real time, guys. This is real time. I'm single, I'm outside, and I'm fucking. 1,062 likes, bro. So, yeah, I it just. Look at my tits. So what this lady is saying is so true, man. That's the only thing that they're doing. So to require, and this is why she's single. Now, to the sorry guy that gets with her and falls in love, you're gonna get got, man. Because what she's saying is so true. If she needs that much validation, how are you giving her? And like people say, oh, good morning texts. So someone thinks of you in the morning and says good morning to you. That's like something's wrong with that. Shit is crazy, bro.
Noticed is if I look at my DMs, they're endless and I don't show skin, I don't show body. It's not that kind of content. So I think, and it annoys me. I'll see it and I'll just quickly, this is nonsense. So imagine being a woman who only posts things that create external validation. And these all get a few messages saying, I love your content, blah, blah. But you're just posting your body. You're just getting, I love your tits. I love your boobs. This is a woman who wants that. Why on earth would you think that woman is now going to be able to serve you and your family and your children in a wholesome manner? She's not equipped for it.
But again, I'm assuming that people might be commenting or saying, well, this is, don't diminish my self-expression. This makes me.
This is the shit that women do to like guilt trip you. What he's saying.
I feel great. I can do what I want. I want to express myself. I want to post bikini photos all day long.
Absolutely.
So I'm allowed to do whatever I want, and I like it. I like expressing myself. I'm, so I am. Don't tell me what to do. All these different things. So, what do you say to someone that might be feeling that way?
Express away, but don't expect that woman to be wholesome. She can express however she wants. I could sit there and express myself through nudes and bikini pictures, etc. But then don't put wholesome traditional values, don't assign them to me because I'm not assigning them to myself. So if she's expressing herself that way, you as a man, how dare you expect her to have these complete opposite values, yeah? So just accept her for who she is. She's not wrong. I'm not actually saying she's wrong, by the way. I actually don't think there's anything wrong in that. But have a realistic expectation of what that woman's going to bring to your life.
In terms of a relationship.
In terms of a relationship, yeah. Right. She's somebody who craves knowing that she's still sexually attractive to other men.
Wow.
Because that's what the audience will be. Women don't follow women who just post stuff like that.
She craves knowing that she's sexually attractive to other men. So this is just her, right? Real time we did this. Look at this one. Just pictures of her and her body. So she craves knowing that she's sexually attractive. They get off knowing that dudes want to fuck their brains out. And they'll have an endless, look how much, 23,000 likes, bro. They'll have endless dudes, 44,000 likes. Let's see, what's the highest one? So far, 44 has got it. 40,000, 33, 22. This is crazy. Can you imagine what her DMs are like? She doesn't have time to go through her DMs. She'll probably go through them by the pictures. So this is not a good woman, man. This is not a woman that's going to really bring something to your fucking life. She's going to take from your life, drive you crazy and nuts, man. So yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm about to close it out, guys. Hour 37 minutes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Instead of moving in a woman or moving in with a woman, you should probably build yourself up more. Build yourself up more and protect your assets and resources. That should be your number one practice, right? Hold on, where's this shit at? That should be your number one practice. You know what? Where is that shit I had? Oh, it's not here no more. Damn. Nope, it's not here no more. Okay. I guess that is it. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm about to be out. So I'll holler at y'all later.